Alright, so I'm full of resolve. You know that little spray helps you get the stains out of things? If I end up on CNBC, I'm going to tell the economic forecast from Country Star is that, like, the whole cleaning sector, by stocking it, like, especially Resolve, it's just going to go way up. Because there's over 28,000 square miles of United States of America. It's currently called West Virginia. That contains a lot of dirty trailers, and we're just going to have to get a lot of cleaner products and just help West Virginia shine like it ain't never shined before. Did you know before I became homeless, I worked 16 other jobs. I was fighting those risk factors for homelessness left and right. I really did get promoted in 366 days to Dish Media at Dish World Headquarters in Denver, Colorado, Englewood. And I actually put commercials on air for 45 million people. After I went #1 in the country for something else. Sure did. So I could just say myself, I'm like, all the networks, I want to be on a Resolve commercial. I do. I went out in the rain. I had to go to Circle K for something and came back and I'm all wet. There's people out there, they're like, we need to get a Country Star Resolved. And I'm like, well, there's other people out there. There's a grandma in Arkansas who was like, well, you know what? He defeated homelessness and he believed in his dreams. And he still, somehow, he got that 2-bedroom apartment with marble countertops. And now he's still fighting for all that's right for all his family. And that just means doing a video about resolving Lillian Comer so she can be proud to resolve Tom Acosta. I bet you didn't know. Like when I was in San Francisco, I knew all these people in West Virginia. But I did. Remember, I'm from there. Originally, I'm from North Carolina. But when my mother tried to kill me with ICU crash cart meds in 2012, and then she lost her job, so then she started traveling around the world like no tomorrow. And getting divorced and getting remarried to that arms dealer from Saudi Arabia named Richard, who she today can't tell us if he's alive or not. So I have to get Rita K resolved. It's just like, I mean, well, the focus right now is resolving Tom Acosta because he's sleeping with a 7-year-old boy. Or he was in 2023. We don't know if he's chopped that little boy into little bits and thrown him out in 77 Ziploc bags, going 77 miles per hour down I-77. But, like, it's possible, and if he did that, he still needs to get resolved. It's just, there ain't no way Tom Acosta can't not be resolved. Like, it has to happen. It's probably going to have to be resolved in the whole state of West Virginia because the credibility of the whole damn state's been lost as it's prepared to pay Tom Acosta's lawsuit. The reason that Tom Acosta's suing the state of West Virginia is he didn't get to bid in that mural where he's a mural for the state capitol, and somebody else painted a mural, and West Virginia paid out $485,000 for that mural. And somebody painted the dog, the governor's dog, Governor John Justice, Jimmy John's Justice, and he painted that dog, the butthole of the chief executive of West Virginia. It painted it in that mural. So now they're going to take that mural that it paid $485,000 for. They're going to take that down, and then they're going to proceed with a lawsuit to make Tom Acosta happy, because West Virginia's kind of like the epicenter of where mental hardship, what do I call it, MCHP, mentally challenged hardship disorder, MCHD, that's what I call it. Getting sick. But I'll get better. I hope. So, who's Lillian Comer and why does she need to get resolved so she can help be proud of resolve Tom Acosta? Focus this video. Lillian Comer, who's seen the movie Snow White? Okay. Lillian Comer is a woman. She's a woman. She's got red hair. She ain't as pretty as Lindsay Lohan, but people think she's pretty. But, like, you seen that movie Snow White? You know what? When the witch is pretty, but then she like turns ugly. Okay, keep that in mind. So Lily Collmer is a woman. She's a survivor of country music and Sunlight. She's been dating Mikey forever. And she's an educator. She just became one, like last year, recently. She's just became employed as a teacher, my understanding. And so months earlier, before I went to San Francisco, this was happening when I was at the Lucky U Motel. One time. I was telling Lillian, she's Survivor country music and she plays country music. She likes surviving country music. She does. Nothing wrong with that. Dolly Parton also. Survivor country music, makes it, loves it. But there's a lot of differences between Dolly Parton and Lily Collmer. Well, Dolly Parton looked about as hot as Britney Spears at the Dallas Cowboys halftime show for Thanksgiving last year. Remember that? Lily Collmer ain't quite that hot. But she's needing to get resolved. Because I was telling Lillian. Lillian is known as like kind of like a local celebrity down there in McDowell County, the poorest rural place in America where Tom Acosta may be homeless in 2016, 15 days after Donald Trump became per capita more voted for there anywhere else on earth. And it's also the poorest rural place in America. It's where the McDowell County River Shitter Boomer Society is, where they're shitting in a river. And they're supposed to be working on it tomorrow. We're hoping for the best. They'll be down there with their fly swatters and wading in that river and getting their plastic bags and helping Kathy Patton, who's the Boomer lady, is supposed to have a background in public relations and used to pray and just stopped. So we're concerned. She also became friends with Harold Spike Klein, Tom Acosta's best friend in high school, and a persistent burden on the XY chromosome. Lily Collmer is a survivor of Spike Klein, yes, and she's dating Mikey, and but she's an educator, and I came to her when I was at that Lucky U Motel months back, and I was like, Lillian, you know, you go down here and you do your country music, people know who you are, you ought to help with Bramwell, West Virginia. That's how I first started it. I was like, you should go down there to the town of Millionaires, right over there across the county line. Bramwell, West Virginia is this little community in Mercer County, which mined itself out of coal a long time ago. But back in the day, there was more millionaires per capita. This is just U.S. history. See, West Virginia's got McDowell County, the poorest rural place in America today, and has been for 100 years. And it's got Bramwell, West Virginia, which had millionaires per capita, more millionaires there than like anywhere else in the United States. There was like I don't think Louis Vuitton was there, but there was like like Chanel. It was like a Chanel store in Bramwell, I think. Today, there's none. But there are still rich people in Bramwell, and Tom Acosta, after he made me homeless, was selling them paintings, plein air paintings of their homes. And he was charging them $500 or more each. So like when one of the Bramwell people, one of the Bramwell boomers bought a painting, the other one had to, and then it just kept snowballing. So Tom Acosta made all this money painting people's own homes. And I was telling Lillian, I was like, Lillian, you and Mikey go down there. And, you know, just knock on the doors and be like, hey, did you know Nathan Acosta's homeless? And have you heard anything about, you know, Tom Acosta? Like, he's a bad boomer. Like, he stole over $20,000 from the town of Renown for a project supposed to honor U.S. veterans of the Vietnam War. It still doesn't exist. It's never canceled. And you paid over $500 to Tom Acosta for his painting of your own home. Why don't you do something? Like, it's basically what I was encouraging Lillian to do. And then it turned into, you know, Lillian, Tom Acosta's child molester. You need to help resolve Tom Acosta. And she just had a very, very poor attitude about it. Like, it started with her coming out with, I don't know your dad. And I'm like, that doesn't matter. You should know my dad. Because everybody in West Virginia does, because he was on a West Virginia public service announcement, played thousands of times. He painted the largest mural in the state, which is located, Lillian, like where you grew up in Welch. He painted all this other shit in other directions. You just pick a direction and you'll find something giant Tom Acosta painted. Like, for Lillian to be like, I don't know your dad. I'm like, that does not matter. Like, I didn't personally know Michael Jackson, but in '93, I was like, a little kid, but I was pissed. And I was pissed again in the new millennium when it happened again. So, like saying, I don't know your dad, and that excuses you from having to, like, care about resolving a child molester is, Grandma's in Arkansas nodding with me going, Nathan's right. So, Lily Comer was like, I don't know your dad. And then her sister, Amber Belcher, who I know, she worked with me at Dish. We started working together at Dish in October 2018. And Amber never had sights of, like, getting promoted to work headquarters, because I guess she just, she has risk factors being homeless, and just, it wasn't in the cards for her because she never wanted it to be. And Amber quit working at Dish, like, right after training, because she got on a call. Like, one of her first calls was the Dish technician going to install, was sleeping with the daughter. So it was an intense call. It wasn't like a boomer being like, I can't find my remote. But Amber quit. Yeah, I got promoted. Came here during COVID. Anyway, back to Lillian. So Lillian's an educator, and she's going to have like 50 years where these kids, having to go to Miss Comer's class, might be having to survive a child molester, but she's probably going to be like, I don't know your dad. That ain't right. We know that ain't right. So really, I ain't want to make a YouTube channel talking about people need to get resolved, but, like, the focus now is resolving Tom Acosta. And so Lillian Comer's just going to have to deal with this YouTube video. And she's going to have to understand there's other people out there in the world that's going to say Nathan's right. Nathan's right on Lillian Comer she's an educator. She's got to be able to be mature enough and committed to making sure kids are safe. This 7-year-old boy that Tom Acosta's sleeping with, I believe, is in Raleigh County. She's working in, I think, Mercer County or maybe even in Virginia. I don't know. There's somebody out there in the world that can find out. If you want to, if you help boost resolving Lillian Comer so she can get resolved, so she can be proud and help resolve Tom Acosta. Because Lillian Comer's kind of like Carrie Underwood. Not even that. Locally down here in southern West Virginia. And she needs to understand Lillian. Turns light. I brought her. I didn't know that was down here. It is nice to have a dimmer. So you can do that. Yeah. But, Lillian Comer, really, truly, and honestly, from the bottom of my heart, Lillian, I'm speaking to you at 7 million people at the same time right now. And I'm telling you, Lillian, you need to say, if you can't say the words Nathan's right, you can just say, it would be best for me as a teacher, a new teacher, to, embolden myself and strengthen my ways when it comes to serious matters that kids really do go through, and to observe and know what to do in this situation. Because, Lillian, here's the thing. I'm a gay man. I took a bath. Changed clothes, still wet. But I'm a gay man. I'm a wet gay man. And whatever helps and trends and pops and clicks and white noise on this new millennium YouTube we got. But, Lillian, so I'm a gay man and I was homeless. And I came back to West Virginia to the father that already made me homeless. And back then, before I found out he was sleeping with a 7-year-old boy, he was just needing to get resolved for stealing the money from the town of Raynell, West Virginia for that project supposed to honor U.S. veterans of the Vietnam War. It doesn't exist. It's never canceled. And we could also be promoting Beverage called Town of Raynell City Hall. Just Google Town of Raynell City Hall and Town Hall, Raynell, West Virginia, and just call it number and just say I want to make a donation. Because that'd be good. There were 500 veterans of the Vietnam War dying every single day. And Tom Acosta's still here, titanium enhanced from WV Medicine, being a terrorist to everything and everyone, about to get big old check. But back to being a gay man. I came back to West Virginia in the winter, just surviving 6 months with Tom Acosta knew every single second I was homeless. So, like, my ability to, like, really believe in this plan wasn't really there, but it was like progress wasn't being made here in Colorado, and I was kind of staying with some friends for like, they were a small apartment and they had a lot going on. So I came back to West Virginia thinking the best thing that I could do as a dry gay man back then it would be to just hope and pray. And I found out he was sleeping with a 7-year-old boy, and I'm a gay man. Children in my life were never, you gotta understand, Lillian, and the world needs to get this too, is like, most people are straight, and most people have aspirations of being a parent. Lillian, I don't think you're a parent yet, but like, you are a teacher. So like, children were always a big deal for me, this is running on like a back burner, but it became a front burner because I know what's right never changes. And that's the point I'm trying to make here. It's like, I'm caring about a kid when I'm a gay man. Never had intentions of having children or being a teacher or having kids really fully focused in my life. And now this kid is the only thing that I could think about. The safety and welfare of this kid. And how can it be safe when Tom Acosta is about to get paid? And the dog's butthole is the chief executive of West Virginia. Like, Lynn, you can't be being this ridiculous. You can't. We can't afford to be this ridiculous. The boomers have already spent all the ridiculousness that we were supposed to have. It's already gone. We gotta be serious like Robert C. Byrd. All our lifetimes. Tom Acosta already made me homeless in 2016. So me coming back to West Virginia in February 2023 was very much like I had to get myself there. Tom Acosta wasn't capable. You know, he's the man still in the state. The state's going to let him because it's the best the boomers in West Virginia can do. But you ain't even a boomer, Lillian. And you might even work in Virginia. We ain't sharp right now. But you definitely employed as a teacher. And because you are, Lillian, and because Amber quit, your sister couldn't handle that one call, or the technician was asleep. Dish is a company, it just does the wrong thing over and over and over again. Kind of like Jim Justice. And it's just like, things have a way of like, anyway, Lillian, back to getting you resolved. You ought to just be like, I'm resolved. I'm going to resolve. I'm resolved, and I care about kids like I never cared about them before. And if child molesters out there and I don't know them, it doesn't matter. I'm going to, because I'm a teacher and I'm Lillian. I'm a survivor of country music, and, you know, I can think of, like, so many country music songs, like, Stand By Your Man, Tammy Wynette. Lillian, you can stand by Nathan, and you can be like, you know, I don't like him. He makes me feel uncomfortable. But he does make a lot of common sense. And if it wasn't me, if it was like, I don't know, Jessica in Idaho, and he was complaining about her, she definitely, you know, need to get resolved too. That's probably what Lillian needs to kind of like get the mental mindset around. Lillian, I ain't got a problem with you. Okay? Mikey, you should be standing by your woman. You should be singing I'll Always Love You, Dolly Parton song. And you should help resolve Tom Acosta, the both of you. It's about choices. Remember that George Jones song? Because Mikey loves George Jones. So we should be thinking about, we ain't even boomers. Everybody knows us. We're Mikey and Lillian. Lillian's a teacher. She was mean to Nathan Acosta, and we never cared about the best homeless U.S. veteran in the world. So the least we can do is start caring about Tom Acosta and need to get resolved. We could be using our local popularity and just, you know, we should be the voice. Since Nathan ain't in West Virginia, we should just be like, we are going to be, you know, we're resolved in knowing that resolving Tom Acosta is the best thing to do. Lillian also, besides telling me, I didn't know you Tom Acosta, I don't know him. There was also at the end, and this is like why I said, remember that Snow White movie? You know, so Lillian's allegedly pretty or whatever, but like she really became that ugly witch, you know, with that bump on her nose and all that. She became like that to me when she also there at the end was like, and I don't have to care about Rosario Dawson. So, like, that is wrong. You should always care. You don't know the kid. I don't know the kid either, but guess what? I've cried every single day from the moment I found out about it. When I was kidnapped and thought I was going to die. When I was on a Greyhound without a fucking phone. So I could keep my phone number. More recently, I got a new phone and I changed the phone number. But during that time I was homeless, I never changed the phone number. And, you know, when I was working at 7-Eleven, when I was walking in the snow to the hospital, we got videos on that. When I was physically assaulted after the kidnapping. All of those times, every single day, I've been thinking about this little kid. I don't even know, but that Tom Acosta's definitely sleeping with. I also got a text. I ain't gonna put it up in this video, but I got a text. Because I don't want to like contaminate Lily Comer with Tom Acosta. She doesn't know him. But there's a text from Tom Acosta saying, like, it might even be in a video already, but it's definitely him incriminating himself with, like, don't you tell anyone when you're upset. Lillian. Let's be like Cinderella. Let's think of that movie. Let's think about how beautiful we could be if we just sign up to be caring and praying and hoping for the best. And really, as an educator, William, you are closer to Tom Acosta than I am. You might work in Virginia. I don't really know where you work. It ain't McDowell County. I think it's either Mercer County, West Virginia, or Giles or Bland County, Virginia. Whatever. But you, William, know people. And if you know people in the state of Virginia, it's a whole different state. There's 8.66. There's like over 4 times more beating hearts in Virginia. Virginia's for lovers, and the Virginia cares about what's right. They've done a great job with it, and while West Virginia's been having clearance sales on its morals since Jim Justice got elected. We could have just voted for Bill Cole, by the way, and all this could have been resolved. Like, we have common sense by factory out of West Virginia, but we don't. Not yet. Lily, let's just consider ourselves being more resolved every second, because this video ain't going nowhere. And I really don't have a problem with you, Lillian. I just want you to have no problem with, like, standing up for what's right when it comes to these child molesters. Because you're an educator. It could come down to another situation, Lillian, where if you act the same way, your career could be in jeopardy. But right now, you have a chance to be like, I'm going to be a force for good. And I don't know a lot because I'm a new teacher, but, like, I've got all these other educators with all these resources around me, and I'm going to be caring about Rosaldo Tom Acosta because it's the right thing to do, and everybody already kind of knows me. And I'm the Survivor Country Music, and I want to meet Dolly Parton or something, and I bet you, like, you can if you believe in that. Maybe that little kid wants to meet Bob Dylan or something because he's Ukrainian. And so is Bob Dylan. All right, let's just, be resolved in knowing Nathan wants to be on CNBC, be in a Resolve commercial. I could be on AMC Family with Bette Midler. And we could be like, here's that Hocus Pocus movie. Sure could. But anyway, Lillian, seriously. Grow up. As fast as you can. If you like this video, you'll probably like other ones I have. Here's another recent one called, here it is. Wherever it is freezing to death. Detroit, Chicago, Milwaukee, Duluth. Cove Springs. Wherever it's so cold you can freeze and die because you are homeless. When there is no country road to take you right back to where you belong, because that place doesn't exist anymore or believe in you. This is a program we need. At its core, I'll summarize right now, try to be the best. Why don't we take people in those places that are homeless, that meet qualifying factors, or maybe it's families, they can be involved in this too. West Virginia, I think, should be a place that shines like it's never shined before, and particularly Beckley, West Virginia has all that it needs. It just has to believe in this idea too. I think we should be doing everything at all times like we've never done it before for our homeless U.S. veterans. And praise the Lord, the one I'm in love with is home. We must care and pray for him all the time. He still has pain.